Heading to the Technomad. Hey there. Here we go. Head to the Technomad Streamer House. Here we go. Okay, my seat is way too high. Here we go, boys. Here we go. What's going on? What's going on? Raining bike ride. I haven't been on in a couple days. Been hanging with the baby and the toddler. Watching movies. Gained 16 pounds since the last doctor visit. Oh, we're getting up to the pump track. I'll show you this. Pump track. Pump track. Here we go. I had to come by here. See if anybody's ripping. Skateboards only. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, free puffy? No way. Free puffy. Pump track, boys. Jump. Free puffy. Damn. What's good? What's good? I always want to go down here, but they pile all the sticks up there so you can't just ride through. Oh yeah, tongue deep. Live stream fail, boys. Here we go. Head-on collision. coming right for me. Hello. Coming right for me. Pick that up from South Park, boys. And his child. How many times have I stopped and checked out? Come on, let's be real. Let's be like, it's like skiing to me, boys. Like skis. He's doing it for the purpose. Dude, they're both wetsuited up. No way. Towel set up. Hip up. Yes. Dude, it's fucking winter. It's winter. Somebody's got to be filming them. They're creek walking. No. Into the Technomad steamer house. I had a feeling, you know, there's always something going down over there. That was sick. I was wondering what would happen if I jumped in. I was wondering what would happen if I jumped in. It was that cold. This guy's got their... Two for one. I got you guys 2 jumps for the price of 1 raid. But no, I do need to jump off that thing live ASAP. Prove I'm not beta. Show you guys I can do it in the winter. No wetsuits. No wetsuits. Only dry suits, boys. Flying. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't flying. Oi. That's why I like to come on the rainy days when there's nobody in my ways. Just a frothy haze. Yes! Dude, this bike is so forgiving. Except when you fall off of it. It's a bigger beast. It's a stallion, boys. This thing's a stallion. The white stallion for the one rider. Red stallion. The red stallion. Alright. Wow, the winter just makes this thing you like can't normally see over here. People be going down here to get up to Pixie Falls. They don't even know where they're going, you know? I don't got any comments loaded, so if anybody's commenting, whatever, but no worries. Well, it's getting cold, but okay, boys. Those guys jumped off for the Pepper Pals. Can't believe it. 2 guys jumped off the cliffs. They were wearing wetsuits though. One dude looked like he might have been wearing a helmet and a wetsuit. Sometimes I forget where I'm going. The Technomads. Straight to the house, boys. On my little bikes, I'd just be jibbing little jibs off here, squirreling off the curb, doing weird little things like this, yeah. there. Say it again. I'm on the side of the road. What's going on? Hello? Just a sec.
soaked?
Not really. Not really. No, it just these pants look really. They have a really weird look to them. Not really. Not really. No, it just these pants look really. Fixed. Resolution 720 is not optimal. Fixing the stream here.
I'm glad you didn't show up until now.
No, it's a nice.
Because I wanted to get you something.
It's a nice stuff, buddy. Thank you. Save. There we go. Just saying that I'm at the tech. You got a microwave, right?
Yeah, man. Go for it right now.
I'm going to try to get back into the biking, the routine. 3 minutes? Is that too long?
I don't know.
Oh, I've got the package.
I always eat them cold.
1 minute, 15 seconds.
That's good. I called and talked to Chris.
Good. Yeah. Do that regularly for sure. It's easy to get into a dark place, you know? It's easy to get stuck in a rut. I mean, this the seasonal.
Not me.
The season right now. Wow, you cleaned that one up. Good job.
Oh yeah, and then dirtied it up again.
I haven't seen it like that in a while. But anyway, this is Technomad's Streamer House. I'm not sure exactly what kind of topic or...
I was gone for a while, but I'm back now.
What kind of topic or philosophical wormhole?
There you go. That's what I was thinking too. Philly cheesesteak. I went to Philadelphia once just to have a cheesesteak.
Did you? I feel like I stopped. I got the experience of through Young's vlog, and I should be on Wi-Fi. Yeah, good idea.
Wi-Fi.
The Matrix has you.
Yeah.
Okay.
1123581321 13 21.
That is insane.
Capital I.
Holy shit.
RI.
Wait a minute. This isn't your password for anything else, right? I mean, well, don't say that because I mean we're live right now, so I'm kind of stupid there. Shit. Fuck. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, what letter was I on? Oh God. RI. Shit. Yeah, better just. Yeah. Oh my God, that's a complicated one.
Hey, there's everybody.
Is that right, or did I do it wrong? Failed to connect to what? I think it connected. Techno Rads. More like it, boys. I think that worked. Wi-Fi. I put it into 720, but I lowered the bitrate. The bitrate needs to be higher.
Go ahead and crank it up. It's on my stuff now.
Broadcast.
You ever wonder what people used to do before electricity?
What do people do?
I was
What
realizing
people do
how
before
entertaining the 21st century actually is.
getting that burrito. Oh man.
Yeah, man.
21st century? The previous century? I mean, they played Red Dead Dementia. They played Red Dead Dementia.
We have got We've got it good in the 21st century.
But they were in the RL.
Think about it. It's not likely to get better. You know?
Well, we've already become cyborgs, according to some people, that we are in such a close relationship with our phones at this point that we're cyborgs.
I can agree with that.
I feel so bad for the guys that like have implanted technology into their body to have like readouts and stuff, because I feel like that technology is just so quickly outdated that you're like, I would never want to inject technology into my body on that level.
Don't forget corn chips. Yeah, man. I already ate mine and drank mine, see.
There's clean in here?
Yeah, they're all clean. I only put clean dishes in the dishwasher.
The kind of, the bottom of the package got the microwave juice on the bottom.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, though. It feels good to ride the bike. I've been putting that off for so long.
It's good to get away, too.
I mean,
Sure.
I'm like, part of me is like, okay, I want to sell the scooter. Have that kind of like transformed into like an e-bike kind of situation.
I'll build it for you. Ooh, that's hot.
It wasn't hot on the other side. I was like, chomp.
Yeah, I saw that. Wow.
Yeah, I want to shift to the bike thing.
I'd get a mid-drive motor like I have. It's inevitable technology. Electric bikes. It's just inevitable. It's the cheapest alternative.
Yeah, I mean, the gas, the oil.
Don't forget corn chips go with
complex level of
corn chips.
Sure. The complex level of repairing other stuff, where we can pretty much repair everything ourselves here. If anything, we have people build wheels and
bikes came before cars; they'll be here after them. Human-powered machines are awesome.
That's a good way of looking at. Good way of looking at it. Turn top chat to live chat to make sure you don't miss anything coming in. It like censors things slightly. I think when you switch it, it just gives you that message again, because people are like all of a sudden, if you hit top chat or from live chat to top chat, wait a minute, top chat to live chat, you might get a bunch of F words or like profanities or just like
I don't care.
Stuff that comes through that might be censored. But no, this algorithm doesn't totally make sense, because people still get things to slip through that are bad on top chat. It seems like previously a lot of my messages just always seem to go to like live chat view only, which is kind of annoying. Like, I don't know, like I was always like in the algorithm of like using all caps or something. Like if you do all caps, I think it blocks it from top chat. It just like goes to, like, you can only see it if you've clicked on live chat. It just seemed like a lot of my messages weren't going through to top chat. Like, I could almost tell like when somebody was on top chat, like as a streamer. Like with this, it doesn't have that option. You can see everything. And even when I stop and restart, it pops up my messages from where it like F'd out or where I stopped it. So it's kind of smart like that, but I don't know. Philosophically, where YouTube has just been, dubbed the #1 social media. YouTube was here. YouTube's gonna stay.
I have no complaints.
Or something like it. So the network that I follow, CX Network, they've been having conversations about basically trying to continue what they're doing on YouTube. But
YouTube makes itself unfriendly.
But creating
It'll be just like MySpace. You make yourself unfriendly, everybody leaves.
Sure. Yeah, no, they're getting. I mean, I'm just saying, like the direction that YouTube's going is like more and more advertiser friendly, turning more into like a newspaper.
That's
like kind of. They're definitely on a.
They have to make a living somehow.
They're more on an extreme scale. I mean, like they let you do a lot of shit. You can do a lot of shit on YouTube. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's free speech, and I think it's awesome.
But for the people in the CX network that are riding that incoming wave of what's allowed, because that wave of what's being allowed is coming in. The tide is coming in, and it's more and more constricting and more controlling in certain senses. But as far as these guys are always having conversations like Ice Poseidon and trying to figure out, like, okay, a new policy has been implemented at YouTube. Is this going to affect a bunch of my past videos all of a sudden? Because they worry about that kind of stuff. Getting, they want their videos monetized, and once you're on that wavelength of I need everything monetized.
Well, it's important to them.
And then you've got new streamers that are so worried about being unmonetized, and they're not even close to becoming monetized. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have 1,000 subscribers basically, not much more than that. It's also something called 4,000 watch hours. So you can't just not do anything and have 1,000 subscribers just because you're famous. You still need to put out content. Now theoretically, you could put out one video if you're famous enough, and
I don't care if I have followers or if I'm famous.
But it just...
I do this because it's fun to talk with you.
It's nice.
I like being around you. I think you're cool as hell, and I like that you stream, and I want to support it. So I started Streamer House to support you and be an occasional guest. Yeah. But I wanted you to have, like, a cool spot you can just stream and not worry about it. You know what I mean?
It's insane. It's awesome.
Yeah. But the Tech Nomads have been a club for a while.
Technomatch is something that's probably happened before us. When I think Technomatch, I kind of think like steampunk. Kind of think of like
not really. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Some people
it can be whatever you want it to be. But for me, it's about the bicycles and about traveling in a way that lets you touch things, that lets you be a part of what's around you. Because there's only so much you can be a part of at 60 miles an hour. Although my bike could go that fast.
Hell yeah.
Theoretically. Not that I'd want to do it. I was hauling butt. I was doing 60 kilometers, not miles. I was doing 60 kilometers at the time. And I hit a manhole cover going around a corner, and the tire slid.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't crash, but I came close to it. And from that point on, boy, I learned real quick the limitations of this bike.
Dude, I had a few weeks ago on my scooter, my 50cc, 49cc.
Do you even need a license for it?
Yeah, you do. It pay registration and everything, like a car. Motorcycles and scooters don't require insurance in Washington State, but anyway, I had you have to have a license. You don't need a motorcycle endorsement.
You were saying you were riding on it, and we're talking about the accident I almost had.
Yeah, I had
It was fucking scary.
I had a guy come out of freaking nowhere down this alley on a BMX bike, clip right in front of me, like just seconds before like hitting him. I go to like slam on my brakes, and my front tire locks up like this, and I'm like sideways, but I kept my feet down enough. I didn't lay the bike down. I didn't lay the bike down, so I was like skiing on my boots, and then like, and I was on this old railroad track right behind the bus station. You know where the tattoo parlor is in the bus station? going behind the bus station, basically. I think
Yeah.
it was right by the
I know what you mean.
Vienna Cleaners, actually, on right before the bus station. But there's an old like railroad, so I was like in between those two things. I felt like if I hit where the rails were, that were just kind of flush-ish with the ground, I would have gone down. But I hit a skid for like 5 feet. You know, like it felt like, you know, I was laying it down, but I was like, no, I can't lay it down. Kept it up, and the guy was like, sorry, man. It was a little redeeming that you took, you know, kind of took credit for doing that, but yeah. But I've laid that scooter down. I've gone over the handlebars, clipping a curb.
Screw that.
It's fine. No, it's fine. It's smaller than a bike. You can just hop right off of it.
My saving grace on my bike is that it's a recumbent and my feet reach the ground, so I could gain control again. But when you're going 60 kilometers...
60 kilometers an hour around the corner, yeah.
I wasn't going exactly around the corner. It was like, it's a corner, but I was angled so that I could have made it. It's the slippery metal cover.
No, I've been hitting them on the scooter, and I noticed I'll slide my back tire all the way from one side to the other. And
exactly, it slid. And I was going too fast to like do
Snoopy
anything.
Show says sub to PewDiePie. Sub to PewDiePie, boys. Of course, we all sub to PewDiePie.
I don't.
He doesn't know. I don't know why.
Because, man, I don't need to be connected with everybody. I like Portland Andy and Achilles and
Hell yeah.
Achilles and
Hell yeah.
Snoopy Show. I like all these guys. I like the guys I stream now. There are enough people looking at PewDiePie. Besides, he kind of annoys me. I don't know why.
I don't know. He started as like a humble dude, and then like, I mean, ultimately becomes like billionaire dude. Like, doesn't edit any of his own movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that
I don't either.
if I got to a point where I could have somebody edit all my stuff, I totally would. Like, it's not like selling out. It's like every streamer out there wants people to make highlight clips with them in it. Like, they really do. Like, it's not hurting them the way that, like, taking a highlight clip off of a movie or a, you know, copyrighted piece of music or something would be.
I think you should interview more people.
I love that.
Just like this. You can even bring them over to the streamer house.
Let's start a podcast kind of format.
Not just talk to people about real shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I definitely have a lot to say.
Yeah, and it's interesting. Besides, there are enough
But a lot to
people
learn.
grab-assing on video. It's just not that interesting anymore. Because you can go online and see any innumerable videos of people doing stupid things. And to like have people that are of your peer group who are relatable.
You set up a desk, come with like a suit and a tie, and set up a desk in like random places. And I'd probably just have people come up that wanted to like talk to me.
Just live stream
Skate park.
random talks.
Maybe try to get permission to go to the school. You can't go to Western and do that. You can't just go to Western and like do random shit like that in Burbank. You used to be able to. They used to remember, you know Red Square? Do you know the campus at all?
Yeah.
Red Square was like a public area that anybody could go to. And now, like, if you're like a religious group or anything like that, you need to like sign up and like let them know that you're there and all this stuff. So
That's because they cause controversy.
yeah, there's been a few people that were like preaching like on like things that were just like getting so many people riled up, like really controversial, like you know, extremist.
You're all going
Christian kind of.
Yeah.
Like that's like exactly what it is. Like kind of preaching.
They believe
a lot
it
of
though.
Stuff. How would I don't know. It's hard to find people locally, to be honest, within the streamer community, within the streamer, you know, people that are.
That's because you're trying too hard. I mean anybody. I don't mean specific people. I mean anybody. Anyone who strikes your fancy, because it's interesting.
I mean, that's what people do on the boulevard, is going bullshit with people. I mean.
Yeah. But it's the variety that you do that's interesting, because it's not just talking; it's also other stuff.
Sure. I don't know the whole. When you talk when you talk about that, I picture a lot of other streamers that I watch. They go around, like say the Boulevard or something, Hollywood Boulevard, and they just bullshit with people for a few minutes here and there. How could you hold someone's attention longer to do an interview session, but still keep it totally random? Because here's the thing: when you go up to people, say you're going around town at night, people are all beard up and stuff, and like liquored up and all stoked, and way more likely to talk to you. There's certain times, and places you could be where you could have those people. I find being at parks, people are there because they're having fun, they're recreating in their leisure. And when you find people that are in their leisure, they're much more willing to come and talk to you for a lot longer. Rather than, like a store where someone's like got their head on like, I gotta go here, grab this, and get out of here. There's certain mindsets where you can find people. I'm not saying like you just go to any park like and expect people to BS with you. You gotta consider a lot of it is consider the weather. Our friend has had that theory coming from Arizona. Women are much more approachable, nicer, and on in the sunny weather. And they're not they're not sunny, they don't have that happy same happiness that we do around here, or that approachability and stuff like that.
Well,
so
if you're an indoor person and you're in a place that doesn't get as much light as other places, you're depriving yourself of necessary elements, because you get vitamin D and stuff from sunlight.
This is probably the best lit natural light place.
I lucked out.
Out of a lot of places. Wow.
Someone keeps emailing the housing people that I get my housing through, and telling them that I'm stealing bikes or something because I have all of these bikes that have come from nowhere or something is the theory. So I gave them the number of the lady who bought the bikes for us. And I don't know what else to do about it, but they keep accusing me of stuff, and I don't know why. All I do is sit here on my computer.
Register all your stuff with the police if you want. I mean, you don't have to do that, but
I'm gonna register one bike with them. There are others I don't care about.
Yeah, I mean, like just
maybe two.
Just like showing that would be like proof.
Have you seen that new bike?
That'd be a little bit of proof. Yeah. That's a great one for an electric motor.
Yeah.
That's like the original electric motors were all designed for cruisers.
I'm thinking I'm getting a gas one for it.
I'm trying to think of what that's similar to, but it's kind of its own thing. Like Italy doesn't have green tea, guarana.
They're cheap too. They're under $2.
Hey, I have something. I was wondering if you could tell me more about it.
The sun. Raven steals the sun. It's clay.
I was wondering if there was like any symbol, like anything about symbology.
It's the sun. It's from Raven steals the sun. That's what it is.
Oh, no, I found it.
Don't forget you got bean dip too. Oh. With your chips.
There's a little pendant that I found landscaping.
Neat.
I guess it needs like a hook to go this way. if you had a cord on there,
it'd hang that way. Yeah.
it'd hang sideways. Sometimes I'll do a little loop of textile, yarn or string.
So you were cutting wood?
Yeah, cutting wood. I found this like last spring. I just saw it and I was just like, maybe Neil has something to say about this. Where this came from. But I think it's really pretty. I want to wear it. Honestly, to be honest. I don't know if that's we've talked about cultural appropriation before.
No, that's fine.
Maybe you should wear it.
I don't care about cultural appropriation.
But then I feel like it's racist. Like, okay, here's where the cultural appropriation becomes racist. Well, okay, maybe I'm not worthy to. Maybe I'm not worthy to wear it. You should have it, or like I don't know. That's just as bad, like, right?
I'll tell you something. They made that so that someone would wear it. And if you go online and see how much money they make off of selling native clothes to people, I guarantee you they don't care. Some people might, but it's not appropriation. I mean, is it appropriation to wear moccasins and stuff like that? They're just comfortable, and people like them.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think where one key part of where they draw the line, and I'm seeing it on TV, is where people do these things on like movies where they're like trying on a bunch of different clothes and they try on the Indian stuff. You're no longer supposed to wear a headdress, but you can wear like a vest with all like the tatters and stuff. There was
You ever hear of Archie Grey Owl?
I don't give a
He's honored as a Native American.
I don't give a fuck. I'm quarter Seminole. Is that Indian? Crusty Pennon. Fuck electric. Your name is so simple that every time there's an IC, it highlights it like they're talking to you, but he's not even talking to you. It's just the end of electric. Pulse jet motor on Schwinn or Riot. Pulse jet. He's a gamer.
Pulse jet. I've seen that. The Pulse jet. That's for real, man.
Oh, it is?
There's a thing online where a guy put it on his bicycle. Most people that bitch about cultural appropriation are white people, not First Nations. And I'll tell you, my son is fair-skinned. And I've had racist Native people, insinuate I'm not Native enough for them. I've come across that, too. It's just that it's a non-issue. I'll tell you why. It's all stuff in people's head, and it doesn't matter. Because there's a real world with real truth in it. And that truth is something you can solidly stand on. And all of the rest of the mundane trivialities are just pettiness. Just petty. Who cares, man? I don't care if someone comes up in leathers and wearing feathers and being white. If it were my son, I'm not going to say nothing to him. I'm sure none of my Native family and friends would say anything to him either. But it isn't because he's my son. It's like he's a fair-skinned guy. He is my son, my biological my son, but he's fair-skinned. So should he not be allowed to wear this stuff because he's, basically white? He looks white. Audio's messed up again.
Did it? Are you checking?
Yeah, it's made to be worn. What is that? Audio is what?
Audio is F. Audio's messed up. Check. Turn it up. Do a check.
It is up.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
Oh wait. Turn up here.
Did it? Are you checking?
Yeah, it's made to be worn. What is that? Audio is what?
Audio is F. Audio's messed up.
Okay, it's working. No, we're all good. It's you, dude.
We can check one more time.
Crusty Panda.
Like Dude said, it's made to be worn.
It is. And the thing is, they count on making a living off of that. Off of selling their native wares to people. If everyone came up with that whole...
Well, here's where the cultural appropriation can be is concerning to me, kind of. It's saying it's not who's wearing it as much to me as who's selling it. Is there maybe people that are selling this stuff I know you look at like leather and fabric. It's like, okay, it shouldn't be wrong for like a white dude to sell that stuff, but are they selling it under the name of
That's
a tribe?
different.
You know,
That's
you couldn't
different.
say that under a name of a tribe or something. That's
like
know,
Parmesan
stolen
cheese.
valor kind of
It's
stuff.
like no. It's not. Stolen valors is a separate subject altogether.
To me, stolen valor feels like it's definitely a style of can be overlapped in with a cultural appropriation.
Have you noticed that? I mean, I'm a veteran and I have a right to wear my uniform if I want. But here's the thing: is how many veterans do you actually see walking around dressed like that?
Let me tell you my most extreme thing that happened to me when I was wearing a military
We're
jacket.
off topic now, by the way.
I was wearing a military jacket. I had a guy come up and rip the patch off my thing and he was about to hit me.
But some people have emotional charge. That doesn't have anything to do with reality.
That was in a food co-op. Blew my mind. Out of all the places...
What was the patch on it?
I didn't know, but you're not supposed to wear patches, so the guy could have been actually like a veteran and being like, this is disrespectful, you're not allowed to wear the patches. It was just like, it was like a battalion patch. It was like an official patch that was with like, that went with the jacket.
If we're going to go on that logic, I've decided I take personal offense to being cold. So every time it's cold in winter, I want everyone to know it's fucked and it's wrong. No, I'm just kidding.
Check the audio again.
No, you know what I'm saying?
No, listen.
Go on that logic, I've decided I take personal offense to being cold. So every time it's cold in winter...
You're offended to being cold?
I'm teasing.
Okay.
I'm teasing. I just think everyone's got a right to be who they are. It's like, what's the difference between... I mean, we could say, well, we got a difference, but about what I'm going to say. But nonetheless, you got guys who are transgender, so what? You have guys who are trans-native, like Archie Grey Owl. Archie Grey Owl was a white guy, but he lived almost his whole life as a native, and is respected as a native, even though he's not. But if we're talking about DNA, but is being native a genetic trait? Can you isolate the genetic trait that makes you native? Or is it, you know, because if we're not talking about it, we're just talking about a lifestyle, right?
Sure, yeah. I'm like...
Yeah.
I'm fully behind that.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people who support nature and all kinds of stuff, you know. I think they have just as much right to be native as me.
What sometimes I want to try to dissect is there a difference between... What's the differences between culture, tradition, and lifestyle? And...
There was a guy who killed like 30 people in a sweat lodge. And he had charged them all hundreds of dollars each to be there. That's inappropriate. Not just because people died.
Did he burn down the sweat lodge while it was going? I've been in a...
No. He just sweated them out. He sweated them out so hot that they passed out and died in there. You're not supposed to have 30 to 100 people in a sweat lodge.
I was in... I went to a camp that was... actually, I don't want to say the name because it's actually the name of it. But it was like a coming-of-age camp. I didn't realize it, but a lot of these people were like misfit youth. A lot of them were there, I think, against their will. And I think I was kind of a camping kind of dude, and I liked the idea of it. But we went on several multi-day hikes. We did a 24-hour vigil. We came across a whale on a beach in eastern Washington, and one of our counselors took a big bone out of it, and said, you know, like I can take this because I'm like spiritually worthy enough, and like no one else is. We're only gonna take this one bone. It was really kind of like a slap to the face, and like why is he?
Who said that?
This guy was like, why is this guy worthy enough to take a bone? Like everybody wanted to like take something from the whale. Like let's be real. Like you shouldn't like probably take anything from the whale, but one of the camp counselors said that they were like, he was like a long hair hippie dude, and this was like the 90s or something, like, so he's like ahead of his time as far as like into stuff like that.
Well, it may not have been illegal then. I don't know.
It probably, I don't know. It probably was illegal. I don't know. I have no idea. He took a bone out of it. It was like this big femur bone, like not a femur bone, but it was just like, you know, this like big knob on
No,
this
it is a
big
femur.
knob.
They used to have appendages and stuff, and they still have those traces in their fin. So yeah, they have a femur.
Wow. It was pretty short. I think the femur is the longest bone in your body.
I think they had
human, but
feet in the front, and they were like, I've seen pictures of the bones, and it still has, what do they call it? Prehensile or something like that, where it's there but it's no longer functional. Yeah.
There's a lot of crazy stories. But long story short on that one, the guy brings it, wraps it in a trash bag, and this thing goes with us on this multi-day hike, and it just reeks and reeks and reeks. Has the worst smell ever. You probably should have let it breathe rather than putting it into a trash bag. It smelled like it still had meat on it, and it was just like been sitting out for 10 days.
Yeah,
like,
rotting whale is a lot of stuff.
I remember we were on the East Coast, and we come all the way back to Seattle area where this place was. The main headquarters of like the camp, and we're back at the camp, and this thing's still out like triple bagged with trash bags hanging on a tree or something, like just reeking out the whole camp. And I remember they had a teepee there. We did a lot of sage, like cleansing ceremonies. Like every day we had like a sage or two every 2 days. This is like
I used to live in
like
a teepee.
Three-week camp. And at one point we went to a place that had a sweat lodge. That was what I was trying to figure out. You know, we went to a sweat lodge, and it was sticks. We built the fire, and then we put the sticks over, and then we went to this, and then like the one part that I don't think these people are native.
There's
at all.
a difference between.
I don't think these people are
yeah,
native at all.
but there's
so
a difference between people who
Very
are
interesting.
honestly honoring a tradition that they're following and people who are selling it for $500 a person and get 30 people killed.
That's messed up.
One's appropriation, the other's not.
But you signed a waiver for that, don't you? So like that guy's somewhat.
No. I'm pretty
Somewhat
sure he went to
protected.
jail for it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure to some level, but I mean,
You can't kill that many
You know
people.
what I heard about
with
waivers?
scot-free.
they're just to make you think you can't sue. And they're and like you have a kid sign a waiver, or like you have the parent sign for the kid waiver. Those are like even less binding. Isn't that messed up? It's a document to make you think you can't sue.
I didn't know.
Isn't that messed up? But it's like standard. That's like standard. Like if you're gonna have a rock climbing place, you need to have the waiver, like to basically tell people in simple terms what the inherent risks are. And it's it's a smart thing to do. You could be seriously injured or death or something here. Like you probably sign one of those things every time you go to a pool, and you don't even realize it. Like rock climbing or something, you get told about. But anyway, I remember this. I don't think the guy was native. He loved pewter figurines, and every person that left there, the sweat lodge, got this little pewter figurine.
Is he charging people for it?
It was part of our 3-week camp. It was just like another stop, and I remember it was just a random. I don't even know if it was in Seattle area, but it was just in someone else's. It wasn't at the main compound. It was in someone's backyard. Okay, here's the thing. We built this giant bonfire. We put the giant then we put giant rocks on it. And then he puts the stick frame on. And what was weird...
Was it a spiritual experience, or was it just like a tourist thing?
No, it was very nice. I mean, the 3-week thing they were doing...
I call it legitimate then.
They were doing they were doing...
I think it's legit.
Here's what I'm saying, though, is I mean, all these sage ceremonies and stuff, I mean, I don't believe there was anybody native in the whole entire... In like any of the leaders, like when we went to the sweat lodge, I don't think there's any of those. Like, remember the guy being like my grandpa or something, like just classic dude. I'm not trying to say it's cultural appropriation, but it is. Have they been? Do they really?
Was it a spiritual context? Did it feel spiritual? Did you get something out of it?
Sure, I did.
That's what's important. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's part of it. But the thing is, if you really are making a living off of native traditions and pretending that you're doing native traditions, those things have lineages and are handed down in families, and those families have a right. It's like the salmon ceremony from Grandmother Agnes. That's not something we would just start doing. Imagine if they were paying us money to do the salmon ceremony in rivers and streams and we're from Italy or something like that, and they're paying us to do it. See, that's different.
Yeah.
Versus if you were from Italy and you trained under a medicine person and become a medicine person under that lineage, that's different, right? Like, you don't see pretend Catholic priests and nuns playing Catholic priest and nun unless you're watching a porn.
I'm just always curious, like, are these guys' credentials good? Are they bad? Are they up to date? I mean, is there a credential for that? Not really.
No, there's no credential for it. It's about well, see, that's the thing, though. There is credential when you start talking to family lineages and the teachings that they hold,
Yeah, that one. So the weird thing about the Sweat Lodge, okay, this guy was really into pewter figurines and gave every single person there a pewter figurine at the very end. And I remember it being a 3-part thing where, like, we went into the Sweat Lodge and came out and went in and came out like 3 times, and like people were tapping out and stuff. They were like, I'm done, like couldn't handle it anymore. And I remember I was down on the ground next to the dirt, just breathing in and out off the dirt.
Is this all you have?
Yeah.
That's all you brought?
Yeah. The weird thing was this guy, we just had like these like burned, singed looking blankets and sleeping bags and just like a shit ton of blankets and stuff that all went up and over the wood.
That's what we do too.
The wood structure, and it was it just, I don't know, just now thinking about it, it almost seems like that could have burned down maybe, or like if there's like a lot of sleeping bags and stuff
has
are like
symbolic meanings.
Like they shouldn't have plastic fiber.
The poles
blankets.
have symbolic meanings, where the water goes, and the stone carrier and the fire keeper. Like in our traditions, the fire keepers were they consider Europeans the fire keepers, like the nuclear fire. They're considered fire keepers by the nations, some of them. So I've been told. It's not exactly appropriation. If you look at it as a legitimate belief and faith system, people who legitimately believe in things have a right to.
Yeah, I wonder looking
constitutionally and otherwise. But there are things they don't have a right to. Like, you don't have a right to collect eagle's feathers.
No.
And things like that. And we don't want a whole bunch of people who can do that.
But natives can.
But think about that. If every native had to have a headdress out of eagle feathers, can you imagine the controversy over it?
Sure.
We don't all need that. It's okay to use turkey feathers painted. It doesn't need to be a literal eagle feather. It's symbolic. And they're protected, right?
Yeah.
But there are some medicine people who have legitimate uses for those things in a spiritual context. It's appropriation when you collect it like a collector. If you're just collecting things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really the.
If you're taking eagle feathers and stuff like that. If you're taking, it's about intent.
What's the intent? Yeah.
The context and the intent are important. Because there are people who have legitimate spiritual desires around it. And who's to say who is and isn't legitimate spiritually?
Yeah.
That's a different question altogether. But what I'm saying is when you put money in it and you're making money off of the tribes, that's appropriation.
Sure.
When you name your sports team, the Redskins and stuff like that, and it's a derogatory term and someone takes offense to it, well, I don't particularly care, but I know that there are people who do care. But that could be considered appropriation.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think that the monetizing.
It's when money. It's when money, greed, and vulgarity comes into it.
And then I think that you can go to that point. Okay, you can use someone's culture. You can monetize it.
Krusty Panda says, "Oh, the Sweat Lodge a-hole. I remember that story." Yeah, absolutely.
You can monetize it, but then in a bad spirit, and not crediting basically the ancestors that brought that information, brought that technology, brought that. There's
a giving involved in our medicine that's just natural. We gift each other. That's what Native people do. Even some Native people you'll see on the streets out here, like you'll see they all share. They all have that generosity of spirit. Even if they're gruff about it, they still do. But yeah, that's what I'm saying is the difference. It doesn't matter where you're from. If you're practicing a native way and you have a native spirit, you know what's true and what's not. If you're scamming people out of money, you know the difference between right and wrong. And that guy who got all those people killed, he was just paying his mortgage. He didn't have any spiritual message or spiritual thing. He's just making money. See, if your spirituality is for profit, that's like being a Scientologist or something like that. No offense to Scientologists, but they really are about money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
I've heard a few of these stories. Well, I don't want to get into Scientology. I'm not for
I don't feel like I even have a full perspective, but it sounds like there's some messed up stuff going on with hierarchy.
If you go over a construction site, you are guaranteed to find bent nails. That doesn't warrant the opinion that every nail in the construction site is faulty and therefore the whole site should be shut down. You know the difference, right? There are people who get legitimate benefit out of it and people who don't. I don't know more than that. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that there's a difference between legitimacy and non-legitimacy. And legitimate, when it comes to spirituality, is a matter of healing and like well-being.
Depending on which tab it's on. I might as well just click wherever.
Like a little point in there, highlight point or something.
See, if a culture is living, it lives in the people who practice it.
Is something cool?
And a culture isn't something you can inherit through genetic traits.
Culture is something you can't practice.
You don't inherit culture in your bloodline. It's not like if you're a roach, you're a cockroach. If you're a grasshopper, you're a grasshopper. If you're a bird, you're a bird. Birds can fly. That's not cultural.
No, it's environment. It's environment.
It's environmental, right? Everyone has the same needs. That's environmental. Those needs are met in a very specific way in certain spiritual contexts.
Wow.
If you're not living within that context, see, you're doing something, but you can't claim that it's native.
But you also need to pay respects if you're using that.
I'm just saying, I mean, it's just my opinion, but there's a difference between legitimate benefit and legitimately practicing medicine and having a tradition and just having stuff that you're making up and convincing yourself is true. I mean, truth is out there. Anyone can come across what's true. That's not cultural either. What are we doing?
I was trying to see my. Coming over here, I saw. I saw people jumping off the falls at Wacom Falls. I thought I got it, but it doesn't look like there's a VOD in between now and then. So
No, it's
Was
mostly the ground.
what was before? Oh, when they were jumping? 50 minutes. I restarted it in here. Well, I'm hoping there's a VOD that pops up.
A what?
Video of the day VOD that pops up with. That was funny. It was just at 4:30 and it just went back up to 4:31. Oh man. Well, I think that was. Oh man, I think that was. Did it pop up? I don't know.
There was people jumping off the two dudes. One dude did a crazy flip. Oh, thank you. One dude did a crazy flip, and they both were wearing wetsuits, and they were wearing shorts over the wetsuits. So they kind of looked like they weren't even wearing wetsuits. If you looked at them real quick, you didn't know. They just looked like they were wearing clothes. But they jumped off, dude, and it's like high water. The water's going really hard. It was like all bubbly. One dude did like a front flip or something, or like a double flip. And the other guy did just jumped out as far as he could. They had like a speaker up at the top. They were like playing, and they had like a towel off the edge so they didn't slip.
What I was indicating earlier is getting for the kid next door.
Oh, okay.
I was just so
I just had a baby too, but it doesn't feel like. 3-4 months ago, and it doesn't feel like. The second one, it doesn't really feel the same as the first one. It's kind of weird.
you mean you're used to it? And the first
It's
time
it's not the same
it was a new
experience.
experience.
Yeah, it's like a different.
It's no longer a brand new experience. Is why.
There was.
Can I see the? Hold on, we're gonna do this because it's fun. It's a beautiful day in the streamer house, a beautiful day in the streamer house. Won't you be my neighbor? We need to get one of the little trolleys like Mr. Rogers. We should make a little sign that says streamer house. Right? We're gonna decorate.
Everybody's in on their computer. Everybody's
Put a little computer in there.
I'll be on my phone.
We'll make the teenager's bedroom over there.
He's got three computers.
3 monitors. You gotta make him styling right. 3 monitors on a high-speed gaming computer and a water pipe built in.
Liquid cooled.
A built-in vape.
Liquid cooled computer /
vape / bomb. A vape bomb.
Jeez.
A vape bomb gaming computer. Right? You know the problem I was talking about earlier about the people who keep complaining? Here's the problem with doing stuff like that. The problem with it is this, for them. They're building a reputation of making shit up.
I don't think it's that Nick, dude. If I was to guess, but I don't know anything about it. I
don't think it is either. I don't know who it is. I don't know who it is for sure. Any speculation is unfair without proof.
Sure.
You know?
He hasn't been around at all. Good. Anyway, a beautiful day at the streamer house. I imagine this thing on like a lazy Susan, like you can spin it around.
No, it'll just make things fall over.
That's how you need 2 halves.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a second half for it so that there's like a complete house. I want to put little speakers in there that work. I want to make a sink that really works and stuff. I want to put it on a base so I can put a water pump in there. Right? And I want to make the chimneys work and stuff like that. I want to do some stuff to it.
It's
something to do for a retired person.
I hooked up my water pump in the mansion, but it's got just a couple leaks here and there, so I need to find a glue that's water safe that I can seal things into place somewhat permanently. Sure, it's going to have to get cut off if I have to put a filter on there, but that just means replacing a couple pieces, of vinyl hosing. I'm going to go to hardware sales and see if they have an opinion of what I can glue 2 plastic pieces together. Because it's like a bar.
PVC pipe glue.
It's messed up. It might be considered PVC. It's that vinyl, flexible 3/8 inch clear.
Then you need
clear stuff.
A piece of copper pipe to splice into it, and then you use the clamps on it.
Well, it's barbed, and I've used clamps, but you're not supposed to use clamps on the barbed thing at all.
Oh, it's barbed? I don't know what you're talking about.
All of my fittings are pretty much barbed, but then I put like zip ties and even other better clamps on there. And the clamps, you're not supposed to, on a good barbed fitting, you're not supposed to, proper seal, you're not even supposed to use a clamp. It's supposed to just be able to be sealed by itself. But for some reason, using any kind of additional pressure on there, you got to be like, I don't know, it always still seems to have just a little bit of a tiny drip of a leak.
Yeah.
When you clamp down on a barbed fitting. So I just want to say F it, put a tiny little bit of glue in there. I know that water's not really going to be recirculating with the main water because it's just a tiny little, hole of, all the pipes are about the, width of my pinky. It's very small. I got the little water pump on there. But I don't want my like water system to get stagnant or anything. I want to keep it active, keep stuff out of my sink. Use that new shark bite fitting. The P-Tech, I think. P-Tech fittings. Shark bite fitting. He might be talking about P-Tech. That's like all PVC. Maybe, probably not what he's talking about, but you put it in, and then there's like this blue collar that you like pull out, and it's like, it doesn't even seem, oh, he says yes. It doesn't even seem like it's fitted that well, but it's like totally fitted on there. It's just like push this thing in and pull the collar out just a tiny bit, and it's on there. Yeah, I've got the whole thing. Here's the thing: I got the whole thing completely dialed in. I just need to basically seal these tiny little pieces I've got. I don't want to rerun the hosing, because that would mean new fittings on every single joint, every single connector. And I've already put in way too much money into my water system. I didn't need an accumulator that holds the pressure at 30 psi to limit the cycling of the pump, because it's already like a smart pump. And then I got the anti-noise extra coil loops that it runs before it goes into the pump to like limit pump sounds.
I'll go get my water filter.
When I built my pump, I built it off of like an RV shower system that uses like 3 different water tap fixtures and a shower. So, so how I have it set up is actually I want to run a T out off to the outside.
I got this from Andrew.
Because
one of the tech nomads in Wisconsin.
Oh, nice.
We'll be here about the 4th.
Oh, not bad.
Yeah, man.
I need to use my water filters.
I'm gonna put a hose on that.
I put way too much money into some water filters and I've not even used them. I didn't really want to use them because I didn't want them to just sit with water in them and get nasty either. So kind of been a bug out bag thing. If I have like the military MSR one, and then I have like, they said they're like, you don't even like, if you're only in the lower 48, you don't need that one. You need the like $100 one. But I was like, well, if I go to Hawaii, I'll be able to use that my fucking military one, because it can filter out things other places don't need. Which is cool that you know you don't need the Batistas filter to filter the water around here. It's kind of saying something about our clean water. This is the output. And this is the input. Yeah. Not bad. Yeah, you could probably look up directions. A lot of this stuff is completely like serviceable and stuff, like as far as like how you clean stuff out and what it tells you to do. I would pop it open. There might be some water there. I don't even know if that opens.
Microfiltration.
But some of them have like a bit of a direction on how like you run a little bit of water. You flip something around and pump it a few times to clean it out with like fresh water only. That one looks pretty simple. That one looks like it's made for like the side of a, like you could almost mount it on the side of your kitchen or something too, and just pump some fresh water there. Yeah, check this thing out. It's called a First Nest Micro Water Filtration. It looks kind of vintage though too, but it also looks pretty much new. So I don't know, I like it.
From Andrew.
Definitely a backpack, probably a backpacking thing, and a little bag.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah.
MSR makes good shit. Yeah, MSR. I've been using their Pocket Rocket stove, and I got the Pocket Rocket 2 stove, and
that's what I need next is a stove.
I've messed around with the wood rocket stoves.
That's the one I like.
And I got 3 sizes of like the backpacking one. One that's like 2 to 4 people. It's called the Campfire by Solar Stove. And then I got the one called the Titan. It's more of like this.
That's the one.
And then I got the smallest one that they have. That's like the backpack light version. And
yeah,
it's hard to make the fires in the smaller ones if you don't have fire starter or something like that. But once you get that thing going, you can throw wet wood in there. It is a lot. The system of making the wood fires is such a pain in the ass.
I'm gonna make one out of an electric fan
compared to just doing the fuel. So I love the fuel. J-Mac in the house. What's up, J-Mac?
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Welcome.
J-Mac is a rising fruity monster out of the UK. He is people have been calling him the fruity monster, but he doesn't know why. He doesn't like it. We're gonna stop. We're done. No more fruity
I'm not
monster.
calling anyone anything.
What, are you not gonna call him anything? Okay.
No, if he shows up and it says Christy Panda,
Sub-
J-Mac, you can see them what they call right there.
Can I sub you to him? Because he pops in and he talks to people, but he's been holding a lot of people. He's a diehard Marley fan. 250. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations, bro. He gets drunk with his friends. Here he is right here. He gets drunk with his friends and a lot of freestyle rapping. Oh, he's in the store. 122 views. Dude, unsub Jackie Moon, bro. Don't sub Jackie Moon. Why does everybody have Jackie Moon as their mod? Please unmod Jackie Moon. I can no longer talk in your chats. J-Mac. Jackie Moon hates me, bro. Jackie Moon hates me. Oh, Krusty, my Panda says the Titan is nice. Yeah, the Titan is way better of a size for making the fire, but I love the campfire, the even bigger one. That one's so much easier to... Wow, how long was he in the store for? You were in the store for an hour, J-Mac, just streaming? She asked for mod, man.
Oh, trash.
You modded her because you think she's a girl?
Fuck it, dude.
Unban her for you, bruh.
Alright, man. We'll try again. Alright, please, everybody. Follow my Twitch down below. I'm going on Twitch right now. We're going to play some games all night. We're going to get a couple good people.
On Twitch?
Follow my Twitch. If you want to play with me, add me up on Xbox Live. Yeah, guys.
Not Marley was watching you? Hell yeah, dude. Big ups. He better be watching you. 15 up, 5 down on that one. J-Mac Live, that's all you called it?
Alright, let me,
Okay, you had some action in there, dude. You said Rocket Gaming. Shout out to Rocket Gaming. Paid me $5 for mod. No! She just timed me out in Ewok's channel for trying to talk about the title of the stream. And she was spamming as hard as she possibly could, just like chat after chat after chat after chat after chat after chat. And I was like, whoa, like I've never seen a toxic mod before. It just kind of scared me. Jackie Moon scares me. Or as I term of endearment, Junkie Moon scares me. Jackie Moon scares me. Jackie Moon probably banned me. I don't know anything about Jackie Moon, though, to be honest. I don't know anything about Jackie Moon other than she scares me. Rule 1 of admin, never ever mod anyone that asks for it. Go watch the free pizza video.
He said, watch the free pizza video.
Hey, my spots are clearing up, though, boys.
What's free pizza? 18 minutes?
Yeah, right now.
Nice thumbnail on that one.
Pardon? Could you not ask? Just one slice and I'll promote the place. Have you not got one already prepared slice?
They don't do slices at Papa John's. You should have asked for a skateboard, dude. They have skateboards. They'll give you a $100 gift certificate and $100 cash. And a skateboard. If you skateboard in the pizza costume, apparently.
Yeah. I mean, I got told Fairwood's a good area to come to, but it's been a bit boring.
Free pizza.
Pardon? Yeah? Okay, perfect, yeah.
Look me up, I'm Ice Poseidon. No! He's telling him he's Ice Poseidon.
If you search that on YouTube, you'll find it. I've only got 4,000 people watching. And they're all talking in chat at the moment, Steve.
Oh my god. Is there a chat replay on this, or is this a highlight?
2 seconds, guys. Pardon? When can I come and watch?
I don't see the chat replay. Usually you can say
Usually you could get chat to pop up. Your chat hasn't processed on this one yet.
No. Signal dropped.
You need to skate for one of their videos.
Sorry about that.
You need to skate for one of their videos. I think they'll do local videos.
Alright.
And they can order skateboards that say Papa John's on it.
Boss man at the shop, and he's going to show us how to make a pizza.
IRC server hosted at IRC. I don't know what IRC is. IRC. Ice Beside Reddit channel. What's an IRC? People gonna order you pizza? What the hell?
No, mate, that's gone.
This dude hasn't been streaming that long, and he even set it up. He went to a restaurant and he had people ordering him up
Was that
drinks.
was that about me?
Over the phone.
All about me.
Whoever wanted to call in or knew where the place was.
What were they saying? What? About me? Yeah, because I have because there's so many people watching.
I'm gonna go visit my neighbor
they
for a
see
minute.
I'm in the
and
place.
give him a
They're prank cool. So, if that was that about me, what did they say? Really? Filmed for what? Papa John? Oh, that's me then. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Yeah, no. They're idiots. There's only a few of them.
There's so many.
There's so many of them. If they see who I am, they're just gonna. But yeah.
They got you in the back watching the pizza?
I'm doing myself right now. Yep.
Internet relay chat. I have an Ethernet
Yeah.
server. I don't even know what that is, Krusty Panda. I don't even know what that is.
Cheese pizza.
You want to watch him make a cheese pizza?
We get the free pizza, guys. Let's go. Perfect. So this is the pizza preparation area. So is this the dough? 100%.
I don't know exactly how it happened, but my friend got to wear the Papa John's pizza suit.
Is this the one that we're going to be using? So yeah, just crack on, man. I'm just watching.
And they gave him a board. They gave him $100, and they gave him a $100 gift certificate. So it was it was a cool it was a cool hookup for him, and if anybody deserved it more than anybody, it was him. So I don't know that they're just doing that for anybody willy-nilly, but I think I got a pizza off the gift card. My friend hooked me up. Another dude got, he bought a bunch of pizzas and brought them to the skate park. Our Papa John's is right next to the original chat form of the internet. Oh, okay. Do you use Smegma? Dude, that's not right.
I'm not the biggest pizza fan, but I'm sure everyone else is. Yeah? Okay. Well, look at that, guys.
I thought he was putting up a little sneeze guard for you. You had this big plastic frisbee lid.
So that's the first step, is it? The toppings.
Oh my God, dude, they let you watch them make a pizza.
Should we ask if they want something on the pizza? Yeah. Right.
Should we ask if they want something on the pizza?
What should we get on the pizza? Let me show you what we got. Got pepperoni, beef, sausage.
Welcome,
chicken,
Final Forever.
mushrooms, vegetables.
We're here at the streamer house.
We can't get every topping, guys.
Watching J-Mac, one of his last videos.
If you want, I can put for you some toppings.
Yeah, you just slap what you think is the best toppings.
I recommend you.
That's always good. That's always good when you got the recommended, and it's
Could I get like extra cheese, like?
it's Ice Poseidon.
I'm a big Smegma fan. And I like extra.
I think that one pops up for me all the time. This one too. I'm not even on my account though. That's interesting. Shoutouts to Final Forever. Yeah, dude, this is good. You're not like drinking and freestyle rapping, and this is like original content. There's no music in the background. It's perfect. Shout outs to Schmiggy Schmodler and his weird freaking squirrel streams.
Can we put the pepperonis in the shape of a smiley face? Yeah, we can.
Was that the one-eyed cat?
You should have done CX, bro. You should have done CX.
Oh no. I haven't seen you in a while.
That's probably for me, by the way. Sorry.
Where do they have Black Squirrel?
Look at that. Look at how happy
Bellingham, Washington.
You don't want to run that way. There you go. He's looking for the pieces of apple over there.
We get like, well, that's the
On the
nose.
grass.
That's the nose.
Oh my god, you put so much feed out there.
For the birds and the squirrels.
Look at that.
It's just
guys.
breadcrumbs.
Lick soon. There isn't no spoon.
Dude,
to
he's
lick.
so stoked.
You're good at making pizzas, man. So that's the final. Look at that. Look at that for a smile. Look at that for a face. He looks unhappy, but I'm sure that'll do.
It's like an angry jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah, make him more happy.
Squirrel.
What do you reckon of that? Is that the best pizza you've made? Yeah. Heart-shaped one. Thought about that's ready just to go. Okay, how long does that
Free
take?
pizzas for life, by the way.
10 minutes. So what, the oven's already like preheated and you're gonna take them off.
Oven's already preheated for the
So
smegma.
it goes onto this tray here, guys.
I pissed him off, guys. I want him as a pet.
I hope you guys aren't calling and making some weird statements.
I did something wrong.
So is this it? This is the whole place?
Oh, Jesus. They want him as a pet. The black squirrel. That's the ultimate compliment to the squirrel, guys. Ultimate compliment to the squirrel.
Well, the squirrel lives here, comes visiting here.
If you hold the camera up. Yeah, you can. That's amazing. Cheers. Cheers. Different type of
Making the pizza with J Mac. He got him to say smegma. I don't even know what smegma is, but I think it's something really bad.
It's a vaginal secretion.
No!
there. That's our flute for the day. Had to happen. Bob! Bob the squirrel is back. Bob! It's Bob! Hey, Bob.
I love that we are live streaming.
What is at the top?
Let me,
There
let me
you go.
These are just kind of really tough. He likes you.
The squirrel?
Yeah, well, he ran away when he saw me. Like, he's seen you. He's like, oh, I know, he brings the food out.
Look at this squirrel's nose.
Bipedal little.
Doesn't its nose look like a snout?
More like a pig, yeah. Sound like a. J-Mac's like a. He's like a typical dude from freaking England, dude. He's pretty smart. He's 21. You go to bars and you live stream, and that's all anybody wants. That's really all anybody really wants to see.
That's not true.
And this is even, and to me, this is even interesting. Well, that's all they can think of. That's a lot of their limited imagination. They want to see dudes hitting on girls. You don't have to be at a bar to do that. This is more interesting than going to a bar to me. Because, like, you go to a bar and it's, like, dimly lit. You got fucking music, fucking just a lot of chaos. A lot of noise. Here, he's really focusing on shit. I'm not confident in keeping the right bit rates up to do IRL and really fucking, like, think that, you know, I would be in the best optimal settings to go do stuff like this right now. But
look at the hat. Papa John's Fairham. So, what's your name, by the way? So, Vicky. Vicky. So, Vicky, make sure.
I think they actually have.
Fairham, Papa John. Make sure you speak to my man.
I think they're actually might be allowed to do that at Papa John's more than other restaurants. Because my friend's like connection with.
Now all you gotta do is just like.
You know, when he got like his little mini sponsorship. They were all about like promoting him on social media.
That looks so good. Yeah. So, you can subscribe to the channel. Thank you for this. Shout out to Fair and Papa John's. Shout out to Vicky. Alright, cheers. Thank you. Sorry about all the callers. Sorry. Alright, have a good one.
Sorry about all the callers, all two of
Would you
them.
head over to the floor for me, please?
Was there a third?
For the pizza, guys. Alright, cheers. Thank you so much for that. Alright, make sure you check out the YouTube channel. Thank you. Cheers.
Escort him out. Open the door for him.
Yeah, okay. Cheers, man.
Still should have tipped. Still should have tipped. Just walks away. Nice typical Ice Poseidon. Free pizza, homie. Free pizza. Somebody should tag that place. Be like, this is the guy saying he was Ice Poseidon. What do people say about the squirrels there? You catch up on this.
On the content.
Let's see. The squirrel will be back later. Can you fix this? Oh, wait.
Yeah, there you go. It's just a couple of seconds. Man, I hope I got those guys jumping off the cliff. Sometimes the videos just take a little while to post or something. I hope I wasn't effed out.
Alright, here we are. Back on tap. Is it paused? There we go.
No, it's just fucking it up.
How in the duty?
Oh wow, did that just fall? How'd we have it? I want this to be sturdy where I can like put my bike against it, because that was my first instinctual spot to put my bike against. Oh, there you go. Not the handlebar, but more. Oh, whoop. Oh. Okay. There we go. Now let's think about the bike. I got the seat way too high. I got it at like the absolute highest it could possibly be. That's where I usually keep my water bottle.
It's a good one. It's insulated too.
That's weird.
So what I'm thinking about doing
I might have fucking put my water bottle on here.
is opening up a metal can and putting this on top, or underneath it, I mean, with a fan under it. Then it can blow air through it and keep the fire going on top. because the air will blow through. Without getting the fire on it. I can even mount it like this from the side, and then the fan on it. Anyway, that's why I'm keeping that. To make a rocket stove. A fan-driven rocket stove. What you got?
Oh shit. My head. The water bottle, I'm kind of thinking that I thought I put it in my fucking side part. There's nothing in there. I must have put that other one. Fucking hopefully left it
What?
back at the house because somebody. I think I might have left it really fucking poorly secured on the back.
What'd you lose?
Possibly a water bottle. One of my water bottles off the back. I don't.
So you needed a new one.
Felt like it. I could find it. I could find it possibly.
You didn't even...
Over the Trinidad themselves. Failing to find love in all the wrong places. Not me. I want to see someone wear a shock collar for donations. Oh, dude, that's genius. That's such genius. Oh, that's genius.
Really?
Shock collar for donation. That's my goal for this year. TTS and our shock collars in. That's hilarious. Can never believe I saw one in the smegma toppings alone. I want to pet. Nice, very relaxing. Great melody. Throw out the E. So go, guys. Yeah, I don't think you can do that on YouTube. I don't think you can wear the shock collar on YouTube, but I think you actually at this moment you can. But very soon, I think shit like that might be taken out because Ice was talking about his prison stream and that they had people handcuffed. You know, they had 40s of alcohol taped to their hands and milk to the like dude that wasn't 21 yet's hands and like. Like, you know, he's like, these things were okay because people knew what to expect and nothing was going to, like, apparently there was going to be no bodily harm, but as far as forced alcohol drinking, that's
illegal.
That's a little intense. But they signed up for it, so it's okay, in their opinion. But,
well, you can say that till, like, a lawyer gets you into court, like they do one of them fraternities doing hazing.
But that's not probably, yeah, that's probably not the part that people get mad about is the drinking. I mean, like, unless somebody, like, essentially ODs, lethal or not, like, they're gonna, you know, has a bad experience.
You OD
Oh, no,
on,
my dad
you OD on alcohol online. God, you gotta be an idiot.
Online? I think, well, you're not supposed to be belligerent. I don't think, like, I mean, like, as far as drinking on YouTube, it's kind of a weird gray area. You can drink on YouTube. I love talking about the policy, the wave of how that works, but, there's, you can drink on YouTube, but you're not supposed to be, like, belligerent, so to the point of, I don't know, this dude Sam Pepper that raided me a couple times, like him having his like first drunk stream, like I don't know, first time getting drunk is how what he titled it as.
I don't know.
And the craziest thing was he like got out this electric dirt bike and was like trying to ride it up onto his bed that was on the floor or whatever, like. And, just acting all crazy and stuff. I mean, all his stuff was scripted. I couldn't watch the fake jail thing. Ice did it. Too scripted and soft. Yeah, it was like they had producers and stuff.
Yeah, no, I didn't follow it. I didn't follow it super closely, other than I know Sam and Andy had 40s taped to his hands, and was kind of tapped out at that point. He tapped out at that point. Didn't want to go down the trail of what alcohol turns him into being, and I kind of respected that as far as I heard, but that's here nor there. I look forward to meeting Salmon one day. Not sure when, but Mondo is an interesting cat. He's in Portland, Oregon still right now, as far as I can tell, and I'm kicking myself for not have going down there yet. It's been it's been a while that he's there. I didn't know. I thought he was heading south pretty quick. But YouTube is moronic when it comes to policy enforcement. They've banned. Is he spacing him out like that on purpose, or is it just like because he uses? It's just you guys got to see what's happening with chat because his name is part of so many words. It's highlighted and spaced out. Makes it more difficult to read. But check that out. I'll give you guys a little bit of inversion here. But YouTube is moronic when it comes to policy enforcement. They ban an ASMR chick, but keep the B and the E and A to Z videos.
EA to Z. Don't know what that
What's
means.
what's the B and E to A to Z videos? Breaking it in, right? B and E. B and E, bro. I thought he was trying to say EBZ, which is probably just like trying to be like a big diss to EBZ or something, but I'm not sure. Explain yourself, Crafty Panda. I went down some pretty rough trails pretty close by to my place, so I could have launched it off of there like within 2 seconds. In a spot where not a lot of people goes. Series of videos from Lost Smith teach people. Oh, he's literally talking about B&E, breaking and entering. Teach people how to locksmith into people's houses.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
I don't know. It's as long as it's deemed educational, you can show breasts, kind of thing. There's a funny line of YouTube falling very, very closely in line with Google's general idea of spreading information and culture to the world. Did you want this open?
No. Go ahead.
What is it called? What?
Incorrectly stated. What? Motto. Motto still saying don't be evil. Don't be evil. Wow, that's the motto of Google? Okay, here's what I was looking for, the mission statement. To organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. So, I mean, I try to make the vlogs as cultural as I can. I think there was like 3 people that saw the dudes jumping. As far as I remember, I was live. I could look like I was live.
What
so.
dude? Oh, you mean jumping off?
Dude, they jumped off the falls. It's like so cold out, dude. And when I got to last Sam Pepper raid, I was in that exact spot, and you were like, "Jump, dude, jump!" And I jumped. I almost jumped, but I jumped to a bunch of subs, and I kind of dropped a bunch of subs, but I fucking came out ahead on that one a little bit. Where? It says click right there. Just like to go to their channel. It should say channel or something. Or, a lot of people have said to take this out all the time. It'll be easier to find kind of thing, searchable. Some people like to add like a TV or live at the end. I don't know if I consider that.
I think you're making it hard for yourself to be found.
With this, which I think is okay though, in some degree. I think that's okay, but if you type in my name without that in there, you're gonna get my channel anyway, and you can just like, I guess it's just an extra click to go to my homepage to see this here where it says live now. Dude, did I not? Upload fail or something? I feel like sometimes if your stream F's out just randomly, like stops, that oh, I wonder if, what the hell is this? I'm just like rocking out with some Eminem driving downtown. It's like this button got me in trouble. I can see if I have the water bottle there. Because I thought I put it in my saddlebag, but like I didn't have it in my saddlebag actually. I thought it was like super heavy in that back saddlebag. Dude, okay, so my friend wants to borrow my saddlebags. I don't really want him to. For fucking, I guess I could let him borrow the smaller saddlebags that you let me use, but I've been rocking those on the scooter full time. Those have been sick.
I gave you those.
Yeah. Well, long story short, I've got a friend that lives in like Marysville or something like that, and he's gonna go. He did a bike ride last year from BC to Mexico, and he submitted his time for like a world record potentially, but it like took him like 44 days or something. So I'm like, dude, 44 days, dude. No, but
because I've got a waterproof one.
he was I've got some badass bags. I've got a handlebar bag that I'm gonna start rocking.
Take it off just as I expected. Boom.
It just snips out. I don't know. It might be still processing. You love the nature.
Yeah.
They can do that like outdoor.
Deer.
Anyway, we lost everybody, I think. We're not into that. I just check chat here. Native Andy. Autism Andy says, yeah, educational videos, so many DIY meth instructables that are allowed, but they ban someone breathing heavy. Oh yeah, ASMR, I don't fully understand it other than like it seems like a cult fetish, Krusty Panda, so did you just skip? This is so choppy. That's what's bad, because my bitrate is so high, it's allowing more bandwidth and like processing. Whoa! Dude, that just clipped out so much trail area? No! What? Didn't it? Oh no, I was right there. I thought I reset or something. Oh man, that's just so choppy. Too choppy. Jeez. I don't know. I haven't been very, very inspired as far as my latest videos. I don't like how it goes into this playlist mode all the time. It's like autoplay or something.
chat again here. I could actually pop out. You could pop out.
Math instructables.
Yeah, he's saying like what's allowed. But I don't think that's YouTube. I think Instructables like .com or some shit like that is. I think that's just like another website, you know. So it's like you start your own website, you can really create your own policy of what's allowed or what's not allowed. Or, I'm pretty sure, you get a lot of people unhappy if you're doing really weird stuff, extreme stuff.
Getting ready to go.
Oh, I got really cold, so I'm kind of dry out. There's kind of a little bit of water in there, but I think it's like sweat from the inside.
Yeah, I want to get a layer like that.
This is my grandpa's. Before he passed away, he wore this thing all the time. It's like
I want to get more layers.
kind of just like a family heirloom. You know, but I'll go to Goodwill sometimes just with like a lot of synthetic things in mind. I'll see like jerseys and stuff like that, and sometimes grab them. But they have a hard time, I think, washing out the smell. It's not as forgiving as cotton. So I almost like to wear a hybrid of a cotton layer and like a.
I'm watching a video of myself watching a video. Of myself watching a video of myself.
Some people just skip to the end or something, and they'll skip back, and they'll be like updated on kind of what's going on.
Yeah. It sounds like that because it's insulated.
Sick, dude. Thank you. Probably left that. Hopefully, I just left that other one just, because I was taken off and didn't leave it really precariously under one bungee cord because it was like a full water bottle. So it's like, oh wow, it's a full water bottle, so it was not gonna stay under one bungee cord like that for very long at all. And I think sometimes I go out the door and I have it like that, and it's a bad idea. But I took a gnarly long drop, like almost as big as my tires, and I just like came to a stop because I was scared and I wasn't even gonna do it. And then I ended up just like rolling over it at like the slowest amount possible, like just like dunk, like because I thought I was gonna go over the handlebars. It was a good round one, but this thing just crawled right over it. It was coming down a hill, big log, and then went over it. So I could have launched the water bottle right there, and I bet nobody's really going up there today with how rainy it is. So if I get over there quickly, or today, like versus tomorrow. Is that still free to post on Craigslist here?
I don't know.
I've heard in like LA and stuff you've got to pay. Ooh, check out that boat thing. $20. That is useful. That is useful right there.
This?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is very useful. I wonder if that's sold. 22nd? Probably not. Dude.
It's fun to look.
I need one for just even my paddleboard, dude. My whitewater boards are so heavy. You really don't want to lift them
Look at this.
by yourself. Yeah, it's way overpriced. I mean, but like, it's I would use that. Like if I thought that was cool. I think the only advantage to using that is it has the on-off switch on the pump handle. Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm.
And then the thing swivels down flat or something, so you don't even see it. Dude, that's interesting. A lot of the boat section is.
Hello? Hi. 12/31/66. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. That's so funny when you came in.
Anyway, love you, brother. Yeah, I better get back going to the kids. This has been pretty epic little kind of
It was fun.
intro back into getting back into live streaming.
You have a Phoenix in here.
Oh, he's so good. If you want to give it to me, I'll take it.
Well, yeah.
Sure.
Lunch.
They go together.
I bought you lunch.
Wear my hat.
I have to call Ernestine.
Chesty. Okay, actually, I think if I change my settings now.
I have old man neck.
Oh, God. Not this again. Look who I got.
Look who's so beautiful. Hi. Oh, look at the little, I can smell you from here. Little apple smelling boy. Hi, baby. He's so beautiful.
Yes, he is.
Are you having a good day?
I am.
I see. I subbed to you. Yeah, he might go live. He might go live. That's the Streamer House Neo's account. So definitely sub to Neo. I'll see you later, buddy.
Yeah. Hi,
Hi, who's there?
Austin.
Hi, Austin.
Yo, hey, how's it going?
You did a Streamer House live stream just now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
J-Mac just said he subbed to you.
Okay.
So that's cool. So keep the streams coming.
Well, we do it together.
Yeah.
It's like Siskel and Ebert, you know. Yeah, let's talk about movies next time.
That'd be a little lighter subject. Yeah, I feel like we keep going down the same, the same path, the same wormhole.
Conversations.
All right.
All right, brother. Have a good ride.
Yeah. Cyborged. I'm cyborged out here. Pop the door open. Okay.
Hi, baby.
Alright, wish me luck with finding this water bottle.
Oh, look who's walking like a little man. Who's the little walker there? Yay.